So, hallo, da sind wir wieder zurück. Und zwar gehen wir jetzt mit Fausta und mit Nilan und mit kurz überlegen. Wen nehmen wir denn noch mit? Vielleicht Ludwig, oder? Nehmen wir sie mit. Hatten wir Ludwig bei uns damals dabei? Ich glaube ja, ne? Deswegen nehmen wir Ludwig doch mal vielleicht raus. Ich nehme sie mal mit. Und dann schauen wir mal. So, Alvida wissen wir. Die anderen haben jetzt alle noch nichts. Sehr schön. Lager haben wir schon gemacht, ne? Gruppe sammeln, ja. Okay. Tagebuch. Karte. Ja. Ja, mal hier lang. Okay. So, nochmal speichern. So.
Why, Fausta, is that you? I never thought I'd see you again after what you did.
I know, but my brother told me you were in the area and I wanted to...
Your brother is a good man. Thanks to him, we were able to finance this mission. I imagine that's the kind of thing that would never occur to you, since you've never thought of anyone but yourself. We're here to help the unfortunate people fleeing the war, ravaging the Dutan Empire. Oh, they've lost everything.
The work you do is very admirable, Father. And I was hoping...
Always talking nonsense, aren't you? Incapable of listening to your elders?
Apt Appius, are you the one who's in charge here? We've come to inform you that all these refugees are under arrest for theft and damage to property. This camp is to be dismantled immediately.
Excuse me? That's absurd! These people haven't done anything wrong. They're just fleeing a war. We take them in and give them anything they need to help them rebuild their lives. They have no reason to steal.
That only adds to their crime. These parasites come to our country and take advantage of your generosity. Then they have the nerve to steal.
That's not true! If you must arrest someone, arrest me. I'm in charge. I'm the thief. Just leave these poor people alone.
In that case, you're under arrest, Apt Appius. But the camp will still have to be dismantled.
We can't just sit back and let this happen. The abbot would never steal from anyone.
Who ordered this arrest?
The Prince de Vesp. More precisely, his minister, Sir Deril.
What proof do you have of theft?
We have had numerous complaints from local nobles who claim that provisions and tools have gone missing. We were shown a shed where the doors had been forced open, and granaries where it was clear that bags were missing.
No one here would steal from the granaries of these nobles, or take their tools.
Of course not. You yourself have admitted to the thefts, Abbot.
Now that the abbot has confessed, Why dismantle the camp?
The land was ceded to him. Since he's been arrested, he no longer holds claim to it. Therefore, the camp must be dismantled.
The land was donated to the Holy Church of the Enlightened, not to my person. Please, leave these people alone.
That's absolutely ridiculous. There may have been thefts, but you have no proof that these people, or the abbot for that matter, are to blame.
Oh, I have no doubt that when we search the camp, we'll find all the evidence we need.
It's not hard to find food in a refugee camp, or tools for that matter. But that doesn't prove they were stolen. You seem to be in a great hurry to arrest the abbot and break up this camp. These people will need time to find new shelter. Have a heart and give them a few days.
Absolutely not. I have orders. These people must return home. They're no longer welcome here.
You know they can't go home. What do you want them to do? Wander around aimlessly in groups with nowhere to go?
I admit that wouldn't be ideal.
We have excellent relations with the House d'Orsay, which I'm sure would disapprove of such methods.
Right. Listen, get them to start packing up their things. I'll give them a few days, but they have to leave. I'll come back in a week to see that they've left. In the meantime, I'm taking the abbot to the palace prison.
The Enlightened has put you in my path, and that of all these unfortunate souls, Fausta. Prove their innocence. Save them.
Don't worry, Abbot. We'll save them, and you too.
Pardon my interruption, but I thought I heard some noise. I live nearby. What's going on here exactly? What were those soldiers doing?
They came to arrest the abbot. And they wanted to shut down this refugee camp.
It's about time. Someone had to deal with those thieves and put them in their place. I imagine this dreadful camp will soon be nothing more than a bad memory. Good day, young people.
We must clear the abbot's name. I know he's not a thief. And as for that guard, I may be wrong, but I felt like there was something strange about her. Please, we must investigate and find the real culprits. Perhaps the abbot will forgive me if we succeed, and I need his forgiveness.
Hello. I'm sorry to welcome you here under the present circumstances. Is there anything I can do for you? You don't look like refugees.
My name is Fausta. I knew the abbot once and came to speak with him. I didn't expect to see this.
Would you mind answering a few questions? We'd like to understand what's going on here. Perhaps we can help you.
I'll gladly answer any questions you may have, especially if it will allow us to continue our work here.
What can you tell us about the shelter?
Our relief mission began here some time ago, to provide shelter for victims of the Dutan War. It's not easy. We've taken in far more people than we expected. We're in constant danger of running out of resources. And our neighbor, the Count of Vhenan, is bent on getting rid of us and our flock, which doesn't make things any easier. He's been hounding us for weeks. And now, he has finally got his way. Without the abbot, what will become of us?
We'll leave you to your flock.
Thank you. I pray that the Enlightened will help you bring the abbot back to us.
Are you with the soldiers? Did they send you to tell us to clear out?
No, not at all. We just have some questions to ask you. We'd like to understand what happened.
If it can save the abbot and allow us to stay, I'll be happy to answer.
The abbot was accused of theft. In fact, he just confessed to it so the guards would leave you alone.
The abbot is a holy man. Why would he do that? We're not thieves. And I don't think anyone here could have done such a thing. We would have known.
It seems that food was stolen. It would be understandable if you took something to eat.
Everyone here has endured terrible things. We lost everything, but we still have our dignity. We didn't steal anything.
If you had to leave, where would you go? Do you have friends or family somewhere?
No. Anyone who's still alive is still fighting out there. Unless they've already gone to be with the dead. I have no idea where else we could go. Thélème is too far away, and we're not equipped to reach the free cities. We could go further south in the congregation, but would we be any better off there than we are here?
Are you a Mateist? I assume you all are, since this camp is run by the Church of Thélème.
Not all of us are. I've lost the faith. I used to believe in the goodness of the enlightened and the words of Saint Matthias. But there are all kinds of people here, Matthists and Carmenists alike. All are welcome as long as they don't bring their conflicts with them.
We'll be going now.
I hope you can save the abbot and this camp. Otherwise we'll all be lost.
Das Tagebuch von Apt Appius. Dieses Tagebuch mit Ledereinband wird vom Apt Appius geführt. Darin erhält er die täglichen Ereignisse im Flüchtlingslager sowie seine Wohltaten fest. Unter anderem findet sich darin die folgende Passage. Meine Messen verlaufen hervorragend. Entschuldigung. Ich hatte befürchtet, dass wir den Erleuchteten hier nicht in angemessener Weise ehren könnten, doch es gelingt uns. Einige verlorene Seelen, Karmenisten und Menschen, der Glaube durch die Schrecken des Krieges erschüttert wurden, haben sich uns sogar angeschlossen, um nach dem majestätischen Dogma zu beten.
In his journal, the abbot says he's been holding services to lift the spirits of the refugees. I wonder where they could be taking place. He can't be holding them here in the camp. That would cause too much tension with the Carmenists.
One of the missionaries might be able to tell us. These services don't seem to be a secret.
You've returned. Do you need my help?
We read that the abbot was holding services for refugees who were interested.
That's true. He felt it was important to offer hope and spiritual comfort to these people who have suffered so much. However, he prefers to hold the services away from the shelter, so as not to make the Carmenists or those who have lost their faith feel excluded. They take place in the ruins of a church in the forest. Only those who wish to attend do so.
We'll leave you to your flock.
Thank you. I pray that the enlightened will help you bring the abbot back to us.
You're back! Any news about the abbot?
We'll be going now.
I hope...
Dieses Dokument besteht aus einer Reihe von Tabellen, die wochenweise den Bestand des Flüchtlingslagers aufführen. Es scheint sorgfältig geführt worden zu sein. Lebensmittel, Kleidung, Werkzeug, Materialien, alles wurde genau vermerkt. Und ebenso die Gründe für Schwankungen im Bestand. Dennoch fallen dir Unstimmigkeiten auf. Manchmal steigt der Vorrat an Lebensmitteln oder Werkzeuge, ohne dass eine Lieferung erfolgt ist.
Look, something's not right with these inventory records. The reserves are increasing, but there are no deliveries to account for it.
Maybe they're hunting and fishing for food. The river that runs through here looks like it's teeming with fish.
Not only are food supplies increasing, but so are the tools. I doubt they found them in the river.
Gucken, ob die uns noch was sagen kann.
You've returned. Do you need my help?
Unstimmigkeiten.
We found some discrepancies in the shelter's inventory. It seems that the resources are appearing out of nowhere.
You noticed that too. I have no idea where they could be coming from. But without them, we would have been forced to turn many people away.
We'll leave you to your flock.
Thank you. I pray that the Enlightened will help you bring the abbot back to us.
Ja. Okay. Jetzt müssen wir... Wo ist eigentlich die Kirche? Gucken wir mal.
I don't have the key.
Okay, dafür brauchen wir Schlüssel. Reden wir erstmal mit dem ungehobelten Ding hier.
Well, if it isn't those young people from earlier, what do you want?
You seemed very pleased at what happened to the shelter and the abbot.
That's right. In fact, I was the one who lodged the complaint, along with others, of course. Those alleged refugees of war are no more than thieves.
It seems you resent the refugees for more than just these thefts. What do you have against them?
What an odd question. We were once at war with their country, and now they dare come here and settle on our land. They expect us to look after them, even to feed them. That is, when they don't just help themselves to our stores. Not as if we share the same culture, believe me. There's no sophistication or elegance to these people. Why should we welcome them here? Let them go somewhere else. To Teleme, seeing as their church is so eager to help them.
What proof do you have that the people who stole from you are housed in this camp?
Well, that's for the guards to ascertain, but all the robberies took place after the camp was established here. I'm not the only one who has been robbed. Other nobles have complained as well. And I won't even mention what they're up to in the woods.
In the woods?
Yes, for a while now, they've been seen going into the woods in groups and making a terrible racket. I suspect they're plotting attacks on the caravans that pass through the area.
Please forgive me for asking, but who are you?
True. I haven't introduced myself properly. I am the Count of Rhean, the lord of these lands. And you?
We are acquaintances of Apt Appius. Pardon my intrusion, but we understood that the land had been granted to the refugees. If the land belongs to you, how can this be?
My mother granted the land to the Church of Teleme. She intended it to be used for a religious edifice or some place of learning. Certainly not a camp for thieves. Fortunately, the abbot's arrest will certainly allow us to put an end to this grant.
We'll leave you now.
All right then. Have a nice day.
These ruins, most likely those of a church built when these lands belonged to the Dutan Empire. This must be where services are held.
This note was torn into such tiny pieces that it's impossible to read.
We should be able to piece it back together, no?
Vater Abt, ich muss euch etwas beichten, genauer gesagt mehrere Dinge. Taten, die ich aus Verzweiflung begangen habe. Ich habe wiederholt Werkzeug und Nahrung in den umliegenden Anwesen gestohlen, um den Zufluchtsort zu helfen. Ich bin bloß ein Flüchtling, der Hunger hat und darunter litt, seinen eigenen Leute so hoffnungslos leiden zu sehen. Ich überlasse euch die Entscheidung, was ihr mit dieser Information tut, und werde mich eurem Urteil fügen. Bitte wisset, dass ich meine Taten zutiefst bereue, Manfred.
Look at this. I could never have imagined Apt Appius embroiled in a theft, and yet here we are.
They took some food and a few tools. If they were hungry, that's only natural. We don't understand why you're making such a fuss about it.
Ja, genau. Sehe ich genauso. So. Kleiner verrosteter Schlüssel. Vater Abt, ich weiß, dass ich viele Fehler gemacht habe. Ich werde die Verantwortung für meine Taten übernehmen und zum Grafen von Riane gehen, um alles ins Reine zu bringen. Ich bin nun nicht mehr Manfred der Flüchtling, sondern Manfred der Missionar. Vielleicht reicht das aus, damit der Graf mich anhört. Er muss einfach. Manfred.
This note is very short. It appears to have been written by a refugee who recently became a missionary. He says he needs to take responsibility for his past and go talk to the Count to try to set things right.
I doubt he'll be well received. The Count despises refugees, and becoming a missionary won't change that.
It seems clear that the person who wrote this is the same person who wrote the confession we found. So our thief has become a missionary and is seeking redemption.
The abbot I knew would never have tolerated a thief in his ranks. But perhaps he has changed. It was a long time ago. We should speak to the Count again. I find it odd that he didn't even mention the missionary's visit the last time we saw him.
Ja, sehe ich genauso. Wir gehen nochmal zu ihm zurück.
The Count doesn't seem to be home.
Let's make the most of it and have a look around. I don't trust him. I'm sure he's hiding something from us. That smell. There's something rotting nearby.
I agree. It smells like death. The scent's so strong, we should be able to follow it.
Ja, ist ja ekelig, so eine komische Spur zu verfolgen, die nach Tod riecht. Hat er den jetzt gerade eben hier hingeschleift oder was? Achso, hätte ich hier jetzt was machen müssen? Wartet mal. Das heißt, ich laufe ja immer an sowas vorbei, ne? Ja. Ich kann hier nichts drücken. Ja. Noch ein bisschen Geld aufsammeln. Was haben wir hier? Ja. Tier. Lecker.
He's still wearing a missionary's habit. He was murdered.
Murdered and thrown into a pit in the garden like a rabid dog. May the Enlightened take him into his care. He didn't deserve this.
The Count must be mad. Unless he's trying to cover up something that this man's confession would have brought to light.
We should search his house to be certain.
So, hier kommen wir nicht rein, ne? Ne, ist auch keine Tür aufgezeichnet. Okay, guck mal da hinten. Das Feuer. Wer lässt denn seinen Schlüssel da oben liegen? Naja, mir soll es egal sein, kommen wir wenigstens ins Haus rein. Das ist sehr bescheiden eingerichtet hier. Dieses Tagebuch von Grafen de Rivine. Dies ist ein eleganter Handschrift verfasste Tagebuch. Elegante Handschrift verfasste Tagebuch scheint vom Grafen von Rivine geführt worden zu sein. Darin schildert er das Unglück im Zusammenhang mit den Flüchtlingslagern und ein Komplott, das er von mehreren Wochen gemeinsam mit anderen Adeligen der Region geschmiedet hat, um es loszuwerden. Er schreibt, dass sich insbesondere die erlittenen Schäden übertrieben hätten. Unter anderem steht dort, die Soldaten, die wir rekrutiert haben unsere Befehle befolgt, aber sie haben nur den Priester festgenommen. Diese verdammten Flüchtlinge sind immer noch hier. Sie sollen nach Hause gehen, anstatt mein prächtiges Anwesen zu verschandeln. Die Sache läuft nicht wie geplant. Ich muss mich sogar selbst um einen Störenfried kümmern, die Diebstähle gestanden hat. Das Ganze muss endlich ein Ende haben. Das Treffen mit der Soldaten im Wald hinter meinem Anwesen wird die Gelegenheit sein, deutliche Worte zu finden. Wenn sie ihr Geld wollen, müssen sie die Flüchtlinge vertreiben.
Look at this. For weeks, the area's nobles have been plotting to close this camp. They've bribed guards, exaggerated the extent of the damage to make their case stronger, and killed the troublemaker.
This journal could convince the prince's advisor to look into the matter, and perhaps even free the abbot. But I'd sooner we went to the meeting it mentions. We could catch them in the act. It's not far from here. As I understand it, they're supposed to meet in the forest, just a short distance from this residence. The troublemaker was probably that poor missionary. It's too late to save him, but we can catch his killers.
So, hat er hier sonst noch was? Okay. Keine zweite Etage. Sei her, wohnt hier ganz schön bescheiden. So. Na, geh mal da runter. Ich wollte jetzt erst einmal noch mal in die Richtung gehen. Na, guck, jetzt sind sie nämlich weg. Standen die nämlich gerade noch. Na. Ob das ausreicht.
Not for long. Without the abbot, the camp will break up on its own. Now pay us what you promised.
As long as the camp is still there, that's out of the question. Do you realize I had to get rid of one of those vermin myself?
You shouldn't have done that. If anyone finds out, there could be an inquiry.
I had no choice. The fool wanted to go and confess to the prince about the thefts. We would have lost our only means of pressure.
I don't like this one bit. I hope for your sake the body is never found.
What's done is done, and now I want you to go and harass those refugees, steal their supplies and give them a good scare. They need to be gone as soon as possible.
We have company. I wish you'd warned us we were expecting visitors.
They're those troublemakers, the abbot's friends. Kill them! No one must be able to report on our agreement.
Ah, as you wish. To arms! Ah.
Show them what we're made of!
Please, don't kill us. We'll tell our superiors everything, and we'll give the names of the traitors who used us.
Very well. We'll let you live. But don't forget your promise.
We won't forget it. Thank you. Come on, let's get out of here.
Those spineless nobles fled as soon as we drew our weapons.
It's a good thing we spared the soldiers. They can attest to the truth of what happened if necessary.
I think the prince will be especially pleased that we didn't kill his soldiers.
Oh, okay, Karte. Wohin sollen wir denn jetzt? Ja. Also. Stopp. Karte, jetzt müssen wir hierher. Jetzt müssen wir hierher. Ja. Es lädt und lädt. So, noch Post gucken. Vorladung an die mosianische Botschaft in Olima. Eure Anwesenheit wird in der mosianischen Botschaft benötigt, wo ich eine wichtige Angelegenheit mit euch besprechen möchte. Zerrin wird den Treffen ebenfalls beiwohnen. Danksagen, meine Retter, mein Schicksal lag in euren Händen. Ihr hättet mich sicherlich beim Prinzen der Wespen anschwärzen können, um euch seine Gunst zu sichern. Und doch bin ich noch am Leben, fernab seiner vollkommenen Palastes und außerhalb der Reichweite seiner abscheulichen Fänge. Auch wenn mich diese Erinnerungen noch lange verfolgen werden, kann ich dieses Kapitel meines Lebens nun endlich abschließen. Mit tiefen Dank, Volusa.
I have to go tell Alvida that Sir Francis wants to see us.
Na gut. Nee, hier sind wir schon wieder falsch. Wir müssen eigentlich nur geradeaus laufen. Ich laufe hier immer falsch, ne? Hier lang war das, glaube ich, ja. So. Dann wollen wir mal mit ihm da reden.
You're the Father Cardinal's new protege, as I gather. I must admit, you're not what I expected. Well, what is your request?
We've come to ask you to release Apt Appius, who we have been told is imprisoned here.
Appius? Our soldiers reported that he confessed to being a thief.
I realize the situation is unfortunate,
Given our relationship with Teleme, but I cannot free a man who has committed multiple thefts.
We found this journal in the Count of Rian's things. This is all part of a scheme he devised with other nobles in the region to get his land back and get rid of undesirables. By his own admission, he bribed some of the local guards to carry out his plan.
Let me read that. Shocking. I never would have thought these provincial nobles would be bold enough to plot something like this.
It also says that he eliminated a troublesome individual, and we found a body. It was a missionary who was murdered and thrown into a pit on the grounds of the Count's villa.
How dreadful. I can't imagine what the Prince and the Ambassador of Thélème will say.
We went to the meeting place mentioned and heard the nobles giving orders to the bribed soldiers. The Count ordered them to scare the refugees and steal their supplies. We spared the soldiers' lives, so they can confirm what we've told you.
We'll have to offer compensation to the missionaries at the camp. This is completely unacceptable. Thank you for investigating this matter so diligently. I'll send some of my most trusted men to arrest the Count immediately. They'll continue your investigation and make sure this conspiracy is completely dismantled. The abbot will, of course, be released and escorted back to the shelter with our deepest apologies.
We would like to go see the abbot at the shelter as soon as possible.
I understand. You are quite right. Goodbye, and thank you again for what you've done.
Oh, dann reisen wir mal direkt dahin wieder zurück.
Fausta, I've learned I have you and your friends to thank for my liberation. Thanks to your help, the shelter will be able to pursue its mission, and the refugees once again can hope for a brighter future. And that Count who despised us so greatly now has time to rue his decisions from behind bars. I was told what happened to our young missionary, who was killed for repenting and trying to do good. It's terrible. But he's with the enlightened now. Thank you for everything you have done for me. And for us. Fausta, I was wrong about you. I thought you were still the selfish, irresponsible girl who set fire to my monastery.
Please forgive me, Abbot. I was a rebellious child who wanted to flee from you and your teachings. It was only meant to be a diversion, but I lost control. What happened was not my intention.
I understood that. But I still agreed with your banishment. A woman died because of your actions, but you have changed. And the enlightened teaches us forgiveness. I will write to the cardinals to lift your banishment. You will be able to return home, if you wish. Thank you all again. You cannot imagine how much good you have done by enabling this refuge to continue to exist.
Ja, sehr schön. Haben wir nochmal jemanden glücklich gemacht. So. Jetzt müssen wir, was haben wir gesagt? Tagebuch, genau, Tifferiden retten. Piraterie. Genau, aber wir haben doch jetzt noch... ich gehe mal hier kurz einmal durch, dass wir das hier weg haben. So, du bist jetzt, ne? Ja. Karte. Genau. Dahin. Wir kommen sowieso jetzt nochmal aufs Schiff, von daher kann ich schon mal angeben. So. Okay, nochmal ausruhen. Zack. Warten kurz, bis Anlegen ist. So ist. Widerreden.
Would you go to Eskiara with me to try and find the wreck of the ship my mother sank before she died?
Ja.
All right. Let's go back to Eskiara and find out what happened to the wreck.
Thank you. I'm glad you're coming with me. I'm a bit nervous about what I'm going to find out.
Ja.
I won't bother you any longer.
Don't worry. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
So. Er will immer noch nicht mit uns reden.
When I dragged you into this affair, I hoped to obtain the abbot's forgiveness. But deep down, I only half believed that. Yet, thanks to you, I am finally freed from my past sins. You can't imagine how relieved I am. Thank you.
Ja, bitteschön. Gern geschehen.
It's my pleasure.
Gern geschehen. Ausrufezeichen hat sie trotzdem noch. Willst du nochmal mit mir reden?
Thank you so much for allowing me to help my brother. I still have a long way to go before he forgets what he went through because of me. But at least he stopped hating me.
Okay.
See you later. It's my pleasure.
So, nochmal. Ich weiß es nicht.
I wish we had saved Jacquemus.
Ach so.
He wasn't the best of men, but he didn't deserve to end like that. May the Enlightened hold him in his holy keeping. At least we have won the support of the Father Cardinal, and believe me, that will be useful.
Na gut.
See you later. It's my pleasure.
Dass ich nicht alle 3 sofort beantworten kann. So, jetzt hat sie kein Ausrufezeichen mehr. Was mit Saphir? Die hat auch kein Ausrufezeichen. Das ist gut. So. Wie sieht es hier bei euch aus? Bei euch ist alles gut. Bei Till ist auch alles gut. Okay, dann so, nehmen wir Lilan wieder mit und sie nochmal. Das ist einmal zur Botschaft.
Sir Francis's mission in Al-Sad will take a few days. No doubt we can occupy ourselves with something edifying until then.
I'm sure we'll find something to do in the meantime.
Also, gut. Dann Karte. Ja. So. Falsch. Dann speichern wir nochmal.
I'm happy to see you again.
The pleasure is ours, Your Excellence. Where is Saren? Should we wait for her?
I'm sure she'll be here soon. How have you been?
Busy. We sail for Tiefredi soon.
Indeed. Wonderful. What did I miss while I was in Al-Sad?
When the general attacked Eschiara, a sage performed a protection ritual. She turned into a giant creature. We call them guardians. We discovered what had become of her. She'd been captured, taken to a secret cave.
Intriguing.
The general had his scientists cut her apart to study her. The people we freed told us scientists had been torturing a prisoner.
How abhorrent. Do you know what they planned?
They took her to a place near the border, between the congregation and Dutton. She was to attack the Empire. My people and the congregation would be blamed.
By Her Majesty's grace.
We killed the Guardian. Their camp was destroyed.
The Imperial Ambassador was with us. She saw it all.
If he had succeeded, the continent would have been plunged into chaos. Good thing you stopped it. I'll have our informants listen for reports of giant creatures.
We met people in Perenne. Cardinal Pius, Prince de Vespe, the d'Orsay's ambassador.
Be wary of the Father Cardinal. And not just because our countries are at war. He's a dangerous man.
The Prince d'Orsay agreed to finance our journey, in exchange for a few services.
You must be impatient to see your island again.
How did it go? Did you present our proof of Karnaz's plot to the Assembly?
Yes, and they were appalled. But they are still debating the best way to respond. It might be weeks before they take a decision. It could come too late.
You told us as much. So we've prepared an expedition to warn them.
That won't be enough. You must also take an inoculation to them, to keep them from falling ill. I've spoken with the researchers at the university about this treatment.
The treatment we got on the ship? Why we lived, but Sheda died.
Precisely. The doctors on the continent have a remedy that makes it harmless. Go see Helise. She has everything you'll need to treat your people.
Thank you, Your Excellence. We should get going.
My, time seems to fly when speaking with you. I'm a bit concerned that Zerrin still isn't here.
Do you think she's in trouble?
That is a possibility.
Na, dann gucken wir mal, wo Zerrin ist.
Get your hands off me, you brutes!
Was ist hier denn los?
Thank you. They nearly killed me.
I'm relieved to see you are well, Zerrin. Please, come inside. We have matters to discuss.
Hold on a second. One of these mercenaries was careless enough to carry his orders with him.
Let me see that. Indeed. There appears to be a price on your head, my dear Lady Zerrin. Someone knew we were to meet in secret.
That's impossible. How could anyone have known about this?
I took the utmost precaution in regards to this meeting. Not even the embassy was aware of it.
This altercation is sure to draw unwanted attention. If someone wants me dead, it's too risky for me to stay here. I'm very sorry, but I have to go. I'll try to get to the bottom of this.
I understand. I also would like to know where this contract came from. Goodbye, my lady. I believe now is a good time to bid you farewell also. Thank you for coming, my friends. Now, I must get back to my work.
It was nice to speak with you, Sir Francis, as always. May the winds ever carry you.
You know, there's something fishy about the orders the soldier had. We should look into it.
I agree, it's strange. But we don't have time for that right now. Our priority has to be the vaccines.
Ich gucke mal gerade hier. Okay. Gehen wir jetzt einmal zu Herr Lies. Oder was haben wir hier? Ja. Einmal den Impfstoff holen wir. Und dann mit Alvida noch zum Strand.
Hello. Hello, everyone. How can we help you?
Sir Francis told us you could help us take a remedy for smallpox back to our people on Tiefradi to protect them from Kornaz's plan.
Yes, he spoke to me. I've prepared a batch of vaccine samples you can replicate and use to inoculate your people. The university has agreed to allow me to teach you how.
Will this keep our people from dying from this illness?
Yes. If you're able to inoculate enough of the population, your people will be able to fight off the infection. You'll need to teach others how to perform the technique I'm going to teach you, and you must ensure that your people accept this remedy.
I'm sure we'll be able to. This remedy isn't that different from some of our rituals. They'll accept it.
Come. I'll show you how it's done. I'm impressed. You really seem to have mastered the technique. You'll have no trouble teaching others how to perform these inoculations.
It's not really that different from the remedies our people use. The only thing that changes is the tools that are employed.
That's right. I'd almost forgotten you're a healer yourself. In any case, have no fear. I'll have the vaccine samples delivered to your ship as soon as possible.
Thank you, Halis, from the bottom of my heart. You're living proof that not all Renoixe are bad. We'll leave you to your research.
Goodbye. Please feel free to come back anytime you need help.
Ja, sehr schön. Dann haben wir das jetzt auch. Ja, was haben wir jetzt hier für eine Aufgabe noch? Ah ja, genau, nur noch Avida. Karte. Hier ist noch ein Fragezeichen. Und da ist auch noch ein Fragezeichen. Ach, da kommen wir dann aber auch noch her. So. Ja, so, einmal hierher. Das weiß ich jetzt auch noch. Wie das war. Wenn ich den richtigen Weg wieder rüber laufe. So.
Happy to see you again.
Na, können wir nur kaufen, okay. Ich dachte, wir können auch mit ihm reden.
Hello. Do you live in this village?
Yes, I was born here, I grew up here, and as you can see, I'm still here. I'd have a hard time living anywhere else in my age. Why, are you thinking of moving here? A little new blood wouldn't hurt.
Have you heard anything about a shipwreck in the vicinity?
You're gonna need to be more precise, child. Shipwrecks with all our deadly reefs happen all the time.
We're speaking about a ship transporting merchandise along these coasts that must have wrecked a few years ago.
Now that you speak about it, that does ring a bell. The storm without clouds.
The storm without clouds?
It was night time, and we heard thunder several times, so loud that many woke to it. But there wasn't a cloud in the sky. The next day we found the wreckage of a large ship at the bottom of the cliffs. Bodies too, poor folk. And all sorts of debris.
I doubt it was due to a storm.
Really?
We shall leave. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
Have a nice day. So, komm. Weg. Gursel. Oh Mann, ey. So, was jetzt hier lang? Hier runter vielleicht? Ja, hier war das, ne, oder? Ist wieder Sackgasse. Ne, hier ist Sackgasse. Typisch. So. Da brauchen wir nicht hin. So, warmer.
Pieces of a crate. Impossible to know what was in it. They've been destroyed.
It's been a long time. The elements or the villagers took everything that could have given us answers.
Jetzt habe ich die Dings aufgesammelt.
It looks like a cloth from a banner or a torn flag.
Those are the colors of the Alliance. This ship must have belonged to them. This ship must have contained something extremely precious to have merited such an attack. I would have liked to have found a clue telling us what it could be.
If the ship left lots of things on the beach, the inhabitants of the village might have recovered them. They didn't belong to anyone any longer.
You are right. It's quite common to recover gifts from the sea. We should go and talk to them.
Ja, dann gehen wir mal hin. Nochmal mit ihm reden. Ach ja, mit Gursel.
You're back?
Oh, still not interested in our beautiful shores?
We went and saw the wreckage at the bottom of the cliffs, and it seems like it was pillaged.
Oh, soldiers and nuts came around back then. They searched everywhere and took the bodies too. They couldn't leave them there.
But I know from experience that the local inhabitants are always the first to arrive on the coast after a wreck. Either to bring assistance to the survivors, or carry away the gifts from the sea. Do you know if that happened this time as well?
I went to see if there were survivors, of course, and I didn't find any. As for the merchandise, the ship must have been empty. I took some wood for the fireplace, but that's all.
We shall leave. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
Haben wir die Passagierdings jetzt doch nicht aufgesammelt? Wartet mal. Wo waren wir denn gerade? Was auch so hinkriegen? Ich weiß es ja nicht.
Hello? How can I help you? Are you lost?
What do you know about the shipwreck located at the foot of the cliffs, near the village?
A shipwreck, you say? Really? I never noticed that there was one there.
We were told that villagers recovered quite a few things after the shipwreck that took place a few years ago. Did you take anything?
That must have taken place before I settled here. I never heard anyone speak of a shipwreck. So to be sure, I didn't take anything from it.
Goodbye.
This woman is too nervous. And her answers made no sense. She is hiding something from us.
Let's keep an eye on her from afar. Her behavior will tell us much more than her words.
Here, we'll have a great vantage point to observe the movements of our suspect. She's coming from the town. We should follow her.
Folgen wir ihr mal, wa?
Well, well. I wonder what this coffer is holding.
You followed me? But who are you, really? Are you one of the Naughts that attacked us? Or are you with the corrupted soldiers of the Alliance?
We are neither one nor the other. Our friend Alvida is a Naut, but she was not involved in this attack.
That is true, I assure you. We wish you no harm.
Forgive me. I was so afraid when you came to find me in the village. And to see you here didn't make things easier.
Well, you seemed far too nervous, and your answers were not making any sense. We decided to watch you, and we were right to do so, it seems.
I was on that ship. I was traveling with my husband. We were headed for the congregation. It was strange. There were armed men aboard. We were told they were there to protect a diplomat, but we never saw anyone. One night, we were attacked by a vessel flying Naut colors. Our ship was sunk. I thought I was dead, but somehow I survived. My husband didn't have as much luck. Shortly after washing ashore, Nauts and soldiers came to interrogate everyone in the village. I had supposed they had come to finish their work, so I hid the documents I had collected after being washed ashore. I was hoping that they would be useful in bringing justice someday, but that was long ago. I lead a peaceful existence here now, and when you came asking questions, I thought it would be better to get rid of all of it once and for all.
I am very sorry. We didn't want to frighten you. I have come here precisely with the goal of shedding light on what happened to your ship. I would like to know why Nauts would have committed such an atrocity that goes against all the codes our guild defends.
Please, take these documents. I have never even read them. Touching them even pains me. I hope they will help you understand.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Diplomatischer Einsatzbefehl. Hiermit werdet ihr aufgefordert, nach Perron zu reisen und dort die Herzogin Frieda von Volstern zu treffen, die als Diplomatin für das Reich von Dütern tätig ist. Ihre Aufgabe ist es, eine Waffenruhe zu verhandeln und so den Grundstein für ein Friedensabkommen zwischen unseren beiden Nationen zu legen. Ihr sollt wissen, dass es sowohl innerhalb als auch außerhalb der Allianz viele gibt, die einen solchen Frieden ablehnen. Daher wird euch zu eurer eigenen Sicherheit und zum Schutze dieses Abkommens geraten, mit größter Vorsicht und im Geheimen zu halten. Euer Gegenüber im Perron wird ebenso verfahren.
I find this hard to believe. My father wouldn't order the destruction of a ship transporting a diplomat. Why would he have been working against a chance at peace? My father can be vain, but he's not a warmonger. And to imagine that he brought my mother into this. Now I understand our despair.
You said it yourself. Your father is prone to vanity. Perhaps he was offered something in exchange for this attack. Unless, of course, war simply serves his business interests.
Oh, you are certainly right. Something lurks beneath the water that must justify this decision from his vantage point. Something that furthered his interests, that conflicted with the conscience and the life of his wife. Thank you for accompanying me and your support in this investigation. I couldn't have done it without you. Now I am going to need some time to think all this over.
So, mal wieder aufgestiegen. Aufgabe ist erledigt. Hier war aber, glaube ich, irgendwo noch was, ne? Eine Truhe, ich weiß gar nicht, was da überhaupt drin war. Im Weg hierhin war irgendwas zum Ausbuddeln, bei nicht. Ich weiß schon wieder gar nicht wo. Tja. Ich weiß echt nicht mehr, wo schon wieder. Na gut, nix laden. Karte. Achso, wir müssen jetzt zurück, ne? Auf die Konstantia. So, dann gucken wir nochmal, mit wem wir alles reden können. So. Mal mit ihr reden.
I'm sorry. I'm still processing what we've learned. The thought that my father could have given such an order is deeply painful to me.
Forgive my question, but how do relationships between knots work? I'm thinking of your Admiral father and your Captain mother. They couldn't have been together very often.
It's true that relationships with a knot are not easy. We are at sea, sometimes for months. And when on different ships, it complicates things even more. Some take lovers at every port or among the crew. Others remain faithful. Love is a strange thing. And when it's true, neither time nor distance can shake it. At least in my opinion. What would you do if you fell in love with one of us?
I would remain faithful, of course. And I'd hope that the wind would bring them back as quickly as possible.
That's a very noble way of seeing things. But aren't you afraid that the loneliness would weigh you down? Personally, I don't know if I'd be able to take a lover. If I were to live far from the person I love. Just like you. But then again, it's easy to have principles.
I won't bother you any longer.
The next time we talk, it'll have to be over a drink.
Okay, so bei ihr ist alles gut. Nilan will nicht mit uns reden. Hier drinnen noch. Hier will keiner mit uns reden. Mehr haben wir nicht. Ein bisschen wenig, ne? Aber wohl nicht genug aufgepasst. So, hier noch was? Ne, hier ist alles gut. Okay, dann würde ich sagen, Tagebuch, genau. Wir müssen nur noch diese Aufgabe vorerst. Das heißt, wir beenden den Part. Und wir sehen uns dann in der nächsten Folge. Und starten dann die Reise, denke ich. Also, bis dahin. Tschüss.